Hi, I'm HomeInMyShoes, otherwise known as Aaron. Um, I've been meaning to make some videos about how I do stop motion animation and how I put all this together because there's been a few questions about, getting into animation and doing stuff. So I thought this might be a good way to do it. And so it's going to be like, I think, four parts. So we'll talk about sets, we'll talk about actually doing the animation, we'll talk about how I do the soundtracks because that's a little bit different than most of the people out here. And we'll talk about putting it all together at the end because that's actually where there's a few tricks. Um, they're not hard tricks, just a couple tricks that seem to work for me. Okay, so picking a set. There is a lot of Lego on the shelves here. Um, yeah, lots of Lego. Not not a whole lot because I don't have a lot of space, but enough for me anyway. So when it comes to sets, I usually pick things that are fairly small because stop motion is a little bit of work, and anything over 100 pieces ends up becoming almost a couple evenings worth of filming because I only get about an hour an evening in order to film stuff, and I only film about 2 hours a week, hopefully. But anyway, so polybags. Polybags are great because they're short, although that comes with its own issues in that it's hard to make a video that is long enough. So I add people to my videos all the time. I'll do goofy things, try and tell a story. And that's a lot about how I actually pick a set. Like I'll look at it and go, is this gonna be fun to animate? And polybags I almost always pick up because they're short. They're not a lot of effort. I can film them in one evening and they're actually a lot of fun to do. So yeah, I've got Technic, which is a little bit harder to do because it's harder to tell stories with it. Um, Friends are great. The mini dolls, lots of people hate them, but I don't. They're a little hard to animate because their legs don't really bend, their arms don't really work very well, um, their hands don't twist, which is a really handy thing. So they have their own issues, and they fall over a lot. So I don't know if I will show you a friend set, but one of my tricks with friend sets and with minifigures in general is stick them. So I'll put a little bit on their foot to get them to stay there, and then they can lean over and grab something. That's always a good way to do it. Um, Creator, I love Creator because I love having three builds. It makes my builds bigger, but sometimes it means that my builds are like too nice sort of filming. But I like filming the destruction. I think you've seen those in my previous builds, like the toucan and the orange cat. They were really fun to do. And in fact, taking things apart is actually almost more fun than putting them together on film. Um, yeah, I got more things. I got a lot of backlog to do. I've been collecting a bit. Postcards. I think I have three postcards that I still have to do. Um, they have their own issue in that I find the music for them to be difficult. So until I get a really good idea for music, these are probably gonna not show up on the channel. Um, Dreams. Speaking to you, MC, because you love dreams, and I really like the dream sets that I've had. I don't have very many. This one is scaring the crap out of me because I want to do all 20 builds when I do it. So I have a feeling that it is just going to take days and days and days to film this. Minecraft I like a lot. Little sets like this um, are great. They're almost right around the perfect size, around that 100, pieces. You get a long enough video, you get enough pieces, there's some fun stuff to do. And yeah, that's a great choice for me. I don't have a huge budget for my films. I try and keep my budget for the channel to $75 Canadian a month. Okay. I give myself an allowance and I stick to it. So if I want to build something big, it means that I have to come up with other ways to make videos. So yeah, so I try and keep my sets really small, and that's why I do a lot of polybags too, because it's budget friendly. I got more friends stuff. I got the turtle. I'm excited about the turtle. I think he's absolutely adorable. I almost think I picked the wrong one when I was at the store, and it was between him and the hamster, but it's green, and yeah, I like it. And it's also got a little frog character and a lizard, so I think those are going to be really fun builds. I've been sitting on this set for a while. Space. I'm excited to do this one because I love doing spacey music. It's just lots of fun to do, and it's sort of my happy place. I like doing Western stuff. I like doing country stuff. I like doing spacey things. Those are the things I really like to do. What else do I have? Oh, another set that's scaring the crap out of me because at 225 pieces for 3 bills, it's going to be probably 4 nights of filming. Yeah, but I really enjoyed doing the toucan polybag wherever he is. Um, but yeah, another bird, tropical bird. And then I have a rather big project that is coming up, and I need to build a set because if I don't film something in a night, I have to take it down and keep it away from the kids because they will move stuff around and destroy it. So if I have to build over multiple nights, then I need some way to keep it intact and keep it together. And I have to reset up everything because they'll use my tripod too. So I can't just leave the camera on it and leave it that way. Um, so yeah, but I have a rather big set here that is going to take uh 2,193 pieces. On a good night, I can do 200 pieces. So this is going to be at least 2 weeks of filming, and I'm guessing it's probably going to be like 3 weeks of filming. And I'm going to have to take it down every night. So it's going to have to be very specific in how I set it up. So I'm thinking I'm going to build a backdrop for it so that I can place things and draw things out where they are so that I can make it consistent between them. It's also scaring me a bit because for a 2,200 piece set, it's probably going to be about a 30-minute stop motion video, which is cool, which is very cool, but I'm a little concerned about doing the soundtrack for it because 30 minutes of music is a lot, and 30 minutes of thematic music is a lot. So a lot of my time the last couple weeks has just been throwing around ideas for how I'm going to actually do that. So that's how I pick sets. I pick sets based on size and based on whether I think they're going to be fun to film. So, like in the past, I've done little little guys like the McLaren Formula One. Cars are always fun. Cars are fun to do music for. Um, the camera was super fun, but I filmed that in one night, and I did all 3 builds, and that was like it was like a 3 hour night doing that one. It was yeah, and I kind of rushed it. So I think I could have done a better job on that. Um, but the camera was super cool. Um, yeah, Lucky and Penny were really fun. Maybe someday I'll take you to the store and we'll pick out a set because, you know, when I go to the store, I kind of have ideas, and then Lucky and Penny were not my idea when I went to the store, but when I saw them, I was totally drawn in. And I was totally drawn in because of the TV set and the show that was on the TV set, which is from 101 Dalmatians. I really liked that. Um, yeah, and there's other things around here. If you're looking on the shelf, you can probably see an old spaceship that needs to get filmed. So that's going to be on the list at some point. Um, yeah, that's it for me and how I pick sets. So I hope this was informative. I don't know that it was that informative. I think the next one is going to be informative when we actually do some stop motion, and I show you how that's set up and stuff. But yeah, that's about it for now. Have a good day. Thanks.